I want to know what happened with Nina. I want to know how she responded.
Well, I've already explained to you. Her memory is coming back, but it's in chronological stages. And at this point, she's living in her teenage years. She recognized the house, she recognized the room, but there's a long way to go.
But do you think this visit helped?
Oh, yes, and so does Dr. Wall.
Oh. Excuse me, Dr. Wall telephoned, and he asked me to tell you, Mr. Cortland, that Miss Nina is asking to see you.
Oh, well, I've got to get over to Oak Haven right away. Bring the car around, would you, Sloan?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm going to go with you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I want to see her.
No, it would just cause, other problems. You mustn't go.
You're trying to exclude me, aren't you?
Stacy, will you just stop and think? You'd want to see her. She wouldn't recognize you.
You don't know that.
She was here. When she was here, she saw all the pictures. There wasn't a glimmer of recognition.
It would be different because I would be there in person and she would recognize me.
And it might also disturb her. Remember what I told you when she saw Cliff? Well, I don't want that to happen to you.
I was living only for myself. I stopped at nothing. I killed for money. I used women only for my pleasures. I drank. I used drugs. And out of it all, I learned to hate myself. I was miserable.
I know you, Jeremy. I can't believe that.
All I did was search for new pleasures that didn't exist. I thought about suicide, but I didn't have to put a gun into my head. I was already killing my body and my soul. And all the while, I was roaming the world. And then I decided to go to Tibet. On a lark. I was still on drugs when I arrived there. After I crashed, found myself in a lamasery. I had no will, no strength. I only wanted to die. And then I met Kanto. He listened and I talked. I tried to explain him everything. Never said a word of reproach.
Didn't Kanto say anything?
Oh, yes. His message was very simple. That I could live a life of service. Slowly, I learned to forget about myself. And then the miracle. A miracle beyond description. The birth of a new day. A new life.
Why a vow of celibacy?
I want to take that vow for two reasons. First, to close the door on my past, and then to open a new door to my future. Your amulet is the symbol of your new life, Erica. This is the symbol of mine, and of my vow. I burden you with too much.
No, I'm glad that you found your new life. It doesn't make me feel any differently to you. I still love you. Maybe I love you even more. I wish the vow of celibacy wasn't necessary.
I wanted to do it, Erica. And now it's part of my life.
All right. I can accept your vow. We can love each other. And we just won't be lovers.
Erica, the passion's too great. You need a whole man.
No. No, if you can deny sex, so can I. But we can't deny our love. So, we're going to love each other without sex.
Close to you would be a living torment. The temptation would be unbearable.
Well, our love would conquer the temptation.
Listen, it's late. Let's talk no more.
All right. You promise that you won't disappear?
Promise. You must promise me something, too. Don't say anything of what we discussed in my family. Father, his...
No, I wouldn't. Of course not. I wouldn't anyway.
Thank you. I'll ring for Summers.
I don't know if I can sleep.
Should I?
Yes, sir.
Would you please show Miss King to her quarters, please?
It's all ready for her, sir. This way, please.
Good night.
You lied to me, Jeremy. It's quite obvious you and Erica are more than just friends.
I feel so guilty, Mama.
Don't, Daisy. Don't. You've done everything you could for Nina.
I don't mean about now, you know. I mean about the past. All those years I went off and I let her grow up without a mother. I don't think I'll ever forgive myself.
The past is past, honey. Forget it.
I can't, Mama. How can I forget? It's justice, you know, in a way that Nina tonight wants to be with Palmer.
We've all made mistakes, honey. We've all paid. Now we're all going to have to forgive ourselves.
Mama?
Mm-hmm.
If Nina remembers Palmer, she'd also remember you. You could go and visit her.
Honey, if she thinks she's 16, she's going to think I'm just the housekeeper. She didn't know I'm her grandmother. See, I'm excluded too. I'm in the same position you are.
Well, we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. It's Nina that matters.
It's right, it's Nina. And in spite of his fault, Palmer is there with her now, when she needs him, and I think it's a good beginning.
I was very touched when I heard that you wanted to see me. Was there anything special?
I can't tell you how nice it was to visit with you today and be home again. Father, I want to come home now, for good.
Do you really mean that?
We could be together again, like we were today. May I come home?
Of course you may, darling. Of course you may. When would you like to do that?
Tomorrow, if that's all right with you.
Well, of course it is. Of course, I'll make arrangements with Dr. Wald.
Good. Do you know, one of the first things I want to do when I get home, I want to find that beautiful necklace you gave me last year on my birthday. You remember? You think Mrs. Murdoch might know where it is?
Mrs. Murdoch, you mean the housekeeper?
Of course, who else would I mean?
Oh, that's just being silly. When you mentioned your last birthday, you did mean your 16th.
Father, you're not getting absent-minded on me, are you?
No.
You know I was 16 on my last birthday.
Of course I do.
So, Nina, how are you feeling?
Fine, Dr. Wald. My father and I had a wonderful day today.
Oh, I'm delighted to hear it.
Listen, darling, you run along. You have a busy day tomorrow. I want you to get a full night's sleep.
I won't sleep for a minute. Good night.
Sweet dreams, darling.
Goodbye. The progress is phenomenal. Well, what were you saying about the big day tomorrow?
Well, Nina has just told me that she'd like to come home to live. Tomorrow. I trust you have no objections.
None at all. But there's the matter of the treatment. I think at this time it would be wise for me to accept your previous offer of hospitality and take a room at Cortlandt Manor. That would facilitate our contact.
My hospitality is not in question. You're welcome at any time. But you see, I feel that it just won't be necessary.
Surely you want the treatment to continue?
Oh, of course, absolutely. You have worked wonders with her, but I just don't think the treatment should continue in such an intense manner. See, when Nina gets home and she's happily established there, I want to discontinue your daily sessions. And you can continue your plans to return to Austria.
Are you removing me from the case?
No, of course not. I'll want you to check on her periodically. Make sure that she doesn't make any regressions.
Mr. Cortland, be candid with me. You do not want your daughter to progress beyond the stage that she is now in. Is that not so?
I are friends.
Don't get angry, Jeremy. I didn't mean to offend you.
You do offend me when you doubt my word.
I don't think that you are dishonest intentionally. Perhaps you're sincere in what you say, but perhaps you're fooling yourself.
Oh, I may have fooled myself with other women, Natalie. Not about Erica.
How can you not be interested in her? She's an incredibly beautiful woman, even more so in person than in her photographs.
Are you suggesting that I can't resist a beautiful woman?
Well, it was never easy for you. She has a keen interest in you. I could tell that from my brief conversation with her. And she did travel a great distance to see you.
She flew up here for business reasons. And even if I was involved with her, what would be the matter with you? Our relationship is ancient history.
I'm interested because I'm family and I care about what happens to you. I'm interested in the important things that happen in your life. Like being in love.
Would you please drop the subject?
I apologize. Not another word.
Make sure you don't.
There is something else, Jeremy. Please. I beg you to stay on for just a little while. Alex isn't a well man, and he knows it. And he would like very much to make peace with you before it's too late. If you leave again, there may never be a chance. Please promise me you'll stay.
Right now, I don't know what I'm going to do. Good night.
Nina will be coming to Cortland Manor this morning to take a permanent residence.
Not really, Mr. Cortland.
No idea.
It was just decided last night at Nina's suggestion. Dr. Wall thinks it's a very good idea, and I, of course, am very excited.
Oh, does this mean she's well again?
It means that she's making progress. Let me explain. Mentally and emotionally, Nina has recovered to the point where she thinks she's 16 years old. She recognizes me as her father, and she knows you, Myra, as Mrs. Murdoch, the housekeeper, but not her grandmother.
Oh, I guess I understand.
Yes, but how do we define my role? I mean, Nina probably won't remember me from that period.
Oh, that's no problem. No, you will simply be the new butler. And Daisy, you will be introduced to Nina as Monique, Mrs. Murdoch's daughter, who has recently come to visit. And Andrew, you will be presented as a friend of the family.
Oh, Paula, come on. Now, this is ridiculous, all right? Why can't we all just sit down with Nina calmly, like adults, and just tell her the truth? I know that would be very hard on her, but it's got to be easier than this pack of lies.
Oh, no. The truth will come later. Right now, we must accommodate Nina's present state of mind.
What about Cliff?
Cliff is not part of the family.
He is part of the family. He's her husband.
Not in her present state. Nina encountered Cliff on her visit here, and for some reason she had a very hostile reaction to him. So, the name of Cliff Warner will not be mentioned. Is that clear? Good. Nina encountered Cliff on her visit here, and for some reason she had a very hostile reaction to him. So, the name of Cliff Warner will not be mentioned. Is that clear? Good. All right, Sloan, we'll go to Oak Haven, and we'll bring my daughter home.
Yes, I'll get the car.
Well, I hope this works.
Yes, so do we all.
Well, excuse me, I gotta go to school.
Our little girl's coming home.
She is. But I hate this plan of Palmer's. Mama, this is going to be nothing but disaster.
I have some good news, Alex. I believe Jeremy is going to be staying on for a few days.
What's the good news?
Alex, now you two have been separated too long. I think we need to all get to know each other again.
Who persuaded him to make this tremendous sacrifice?
It's what he wants to do. And Erica may have encouraged him also.
What's it to her?
Well, I think she'd like to visit for a few days, and she wants Jeremy's company.
Well, he damn well better stay taking advantage of an offer like that.
I don't know that it's an offer. Jeremy swears that the two of them are strictly friends.
I'm not fool enough to believe that. Besides, my son is a glutton for beautiful women. At least that's one good thing he inherited from me.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy. You're just in time to have coffee with us.
Thank you. Morning, Father. Hope you rested well.
I always rest well.
Have you thought any more about staying on with us?
Yeah. If it's convenient for you, I'd like to stay for a few days.
We're delighted. Aren't we, Alex?
He's welcome here, if he has nothing better to do. We'll do some hunting. Will your lady friend be staying also?
I don't know.
If you let a woman like that get away from you, you're crazier than I thought.
Good morning. Isn't it a beautiful day? Mr. Hunter, I was thinking about you a great deal last night. I wonder if I might make a suggestion.
What about?
Well, there's a wonderful, really fabulous cardiac center at the Pine Valley Hospital. It is quite small, but it enjoys a national reputation. Perhaps you would care to investigate.
Thank you, but my condition is not that bad.
Oh, well, that's wonderful news. Now, if you should change your mind, though, just let me know, because I happen to be very, very close to the head of the hospital, and I'm sure he can just slip you right in there in a moment, you know, without any kind of red tape.
Erica, thank you. That's very kind of you.
You're welcome.
It's a very nice, crisp day outside. Why don't you get a wrap and go for a walk, huh?
Say, let her finish her coffee. Alex, that's some changes in the greenhouse I wanted to make. Do you have time to take a look at it now?
Why not?
If you'll excuse us.
We have to talk.
Yes, I know. I was awake all night, I was thinking. And I believe I have come up with the perfect solution to our problem.
I'm willing to listen.
Jeremy, I would like to offer you a permanent position at Tempo Magazine as art director. You would be making a fabulous contribution to the magazine, and it would allow us to have a working relationship based on mutual respect.
Erica, I'm very flattered, but I can't accept.
You haven't even thought about it.
Thought of nothing else. I was up all night, too. I was praying for some kind of revelation to show us the way.
And haven't I just shown us the way?
No. You've said it's a rationalization for us to be together.
Well, yes, I do want us to be together. But I must tell you that I do have every intention of honoring your vow.
I believe that. That's why I'm taking this whole responsibility solely on myself. I not only love you, Erica, I want you. There's no way I'd be close to you without keeping my vows.
Well, then I guess you don't really love me.
Erica, I would die for you. Let's take some time for both of us to think about it, will you? I'll order a car to take you to the airport.
I'm sorry, Mama. I just cannot accept the fact that Palmer is excluding Cliff. Cliff is the husband. He should be making the decisions. I'm going to call him and tell him what's going on.
Oh, wait, don't, please, don't. If Cliff knows that Nina's here, he's going to come here, and then there's going to be trouble, and that could be harmful for Nina.
Cliff would never do that.
Cliff can't control his emotions when Palmer's around.
Well, Palmer is being very high-handed at the moment.
Well, we're used to that, aren't we?
Yeah.
But this is one time I think maybe we ought to go along with it and just keep Cliff away for a little bit.
Why?
Well, because Palmer's had a big hand in bringing Nina along this far, and if he's had this plan made with Dr. Wald, maybe we ought to just give it a chance.
You really think it will help?
I think Nina's going to improve and improve. And one day she's going to see Cliff and she's going to say, that's going to be it. Everything will be all right.
I hope so. I hope she remembers us, too.
Who knows? Maybe she'll walk right in that door and she'll take one look at you and she'll say, Mama.
That would be wonderful. Mama, they're here. They're here.
Well, yes, they're here.
I'm nervous. Oh, I'm so nervous.
Now we have to stay calm. And we have to make her comfortable and...
Now, will you please just settle down for a minute and listen?
So Lucinda Perry made a snide remark about Gilles and me. So what?
It isn't just Lucinda. The whole town is talking about you. Everybody knows you're having this torrid affair.
Don't you think that you are exaggerating just a little bit?
How is it possible to exaggerate when two people kiss on television? Brooke, you are not a glamour girl. You have a great deal to lose, and your reputation is going right down.
Listen, I am still respected as a newscaster. Maybe the ratings are a little off right now. That is only natural sometimes.
I am not speaking about your job. I am trying to warn you that you may very well lose your daughter.
What? That is ridiculous. What does Laura have to do with all of this?
Everything. Tom couldn't sue you for custody, and the way your behavior has been well documented lately, he could very well win.
Mrs. Murdoch, it's so good to see you again.
It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank
Nina.
you.
Hello, Nina.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Are you quite sure?
I'm quite certain we've never met.
I hope you all have a... Excuse me.
What a strange woman, Father. Who is she? What is she doing here?
Why not? He's turned his life around. He's won a great deal of respect for himself, and he absolutely adores that child.
And he also gets to see her whenever he wants to see her. So what possible reason could he have for doing anything like that?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Why did you sneak out of the bed without waking up? No?
Well, I think I'll be running along.
Oh, Mrs. Wallingford, don't go. We can all have coffee, and I can tell you both how wonderful you look today.
I'll talk to you later, Brooke.
What's wrong? No time to be pleasant?
No time for your flattery, Gilles. It doesn't set well with me this morning.
Brooke, what has happened to her? She used to like me.
Oh, she's a little anxious about my reputation.
Your reputation?
My reputation, yes.
I mean, Mark was living here before me, right?
Yes, yes. But in a quieter way. I'm afraid your agent has been working overtime getting our picture in all the columns.
Yes. Brenda said the publicity is very good.
Yeah, I think it's better for your image than mine, especially for the ladies in my aunt's garden club.
What do you care about those jealous people?
Well, because one of them upset my aunt today by inferring that Laura was being raised in an immoral atmosphere.
Yeah, you see? Even little Laura is annoyed by such a stupid remark.
Listen, darling, would you do me a favor? Could you take care of her? Because I have to be at the studio in 10 minutes.
Okay, I will give her food and I drop her at your aunt's.
No, don't do that.
Or you prefer I take her to Tom?
No, I don't want you to do that either. Look, they have both been on me because they don't think I spend enough time with her.
Why don't we hire a babysitter?
Well, there isn't time now, Gilles. Please, all right, I have to go.
I hope you don't take me for granted, Sherry. Huh?
No, that's impossible. I adore you. I really do. I have to go. Listen, I will try to get back as soon as I get some free time. Okay? Okay.
Laura, little Laura. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Laura.
You mustn't mind, Monique, Miss Nina. She's had a strange day, personal problems.
Oh, you know her?
Well, of course you... Monique is Myra's daughter.
Oh, my. She said, Mrs. Murdoch, I thought my heart would break.
Well, don't feel too bad. At least she recognized you.
I know that was a very bad moment for you.
Like hell you do. Don't forget you're the one who started all this, telling her I was dead all those years ago.
I suffered too.
Oh, really?
Shush. It's just so cruel that her memory stopped right at the age of 16.
Yes. I'll tell you right now, I'd settle for her. Just remember me as Monique, just as a friend, if not your mother.
Daisy, please.
Don't
please.
start with me, okay? Got the feeling that we're back there all those years ago, going through that same awful rejection, only this time it's going to go on and on for good.
Daisy, don't talk like that.
I was just so certain that she'd remember you 2 days.
Why? Why were we? Why did we delude ourselves? She didn't remember Cliff, her husband.
But the bond between mother and child, that bond is so strong.
That's it, mother and child. Mama, Bobby. If we could get Bobby and bring him over here, I mean, if he ran to her and hugged her and called her Mommy, if anything brought her memory back, it would be that.
You're your own worst enemy. Phoebe's roadblocks haven't been nearly as damaging as you ending up in the bed with Dolly.
Look, I know it's going to take a lot of work to undo, but I mean, how am I even going to begin if I don't have the chance to talk to her?
I think it's too early for her to listen. She's far too upset.
Professor, I've got to try. Oh, come on, be a good guy. Help me out.
I'm far more interested in being a good father to my daughter.
Nobody ever said you weren't.
Well, I don't know. I haven't exactly been a model father.
Okay. It's a good example. So you've kicked around a bit, right? You've done some things that you could kick yourself for.
Well, I'm afraid it's a matter of public record now.
Everybody in town knew how hurt and angry your wife was with you, right?
Well, that's true, but the dear lady finally came around and forgave me.
Yeah. But with everything, when the going got tough, I mean, you never gave up trying, right? You kept trying to talk to her. And why? Because you knew then that she still loved you.
So there are many comparisons, and you have my sympathy, Tad. But really...
I need some cooperation.
Well, there is no way that I can arrange a meeting here for you and Hillary.
I'm not asking you to. Here's the wrong place. I mean, if I tried it here, she'd just run up to her room or your wife would walk in. Yeah. I'm talking about it at the university. I've already done some research. At 11:30, room 102 is going to be vacant. All you've got to do is tell Hillary you want to meet her there to talk about something, anything, I don't know, and then just when 11:30 rolls around, you don't show up.
Well, how could I stand her up?
Well, you just give her some lame excuse about how some teacher detained you.
And meanwhile, you will arrive at the empty schoolroom where she's supposed to be meeting me?
Exactly. She and I will have a few moments alone to talk things out.
No, I don't think that'll work.
Come on, Professor, at least try it.
Sarah, use the crystal cornucopia for the centerpiece.
I gotta go. Please, Professor, don't let me down.
You know who that is?
Bobby. My little boy. Bobby. Oh. My little boy.
Nina, honey, do you know who I am?
Cliff.
Oh, she's remembering everything.
Oh, Nina. Oh, Nina. Your mom said this would work. Your mom said it would work.
Mother.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Nina, it didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. It wasn't just that you didn't know me. You didn't like me.
You did this. You lied to me. You showed me his picture and you told me he was evil and that he was going to take me away and I should avoid
No,
it.
I wanted you to have a chance this time. I wanted you to avoid that silly schoolgirl crush.
What have you done? Same thing he's always done. Tried to keep me for himself.
No, that's not true. I wanted the best for you. You're my little girl.
I don't ever want to see you again.
Don't say that, Nina. I wanted to give you a better chance in life. Why should you be saddled with that Claude and that son?
You wanted me to stay a little girl. 16, forever.
No, I wanted to bring you back to the present slowly.
No, Nina, let's get out of here.
I don't ever want to see you or this house again.
Nina! Where are you running?
Well, I'm going to Cliff's.
Daisy, I think we ought to talk this out.
Talk about
I really do. I
anything.
think
It's
we
a wonderful idea.
Daisy,
I wanna go.
I
I'll
think
see
we
you
really
later.
should. Daisy.
I need to see Mr. Cortland.
Oh, just a moment.
No need to stand on ceremony with me. Oh, there you are, Palmer. I need a word with you.
Thank you, Sloan. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. What is it, Phoebe? I don't think I'm in the mood for the latest crisis of the Children's Aid Committee.
Never mind other children, Palmer. Look to your own.
I beg your pardon?
I know that Andrew is not your blood son, but you did, after all, adopt him. So I would think you would want to set a good example for him.
Well, at least I haven't been carted out of cocktail parties 3 sheets to the wind. I think I set a better example than some people I know.
There is something more to parenting than setting an example. For instance, it's knowing when to put your foot down.
You know, I don't think I'm following this lecture.
Well, it seems to me that a proper parent would not let his son go down in that awful district known as Locust Street in Center City.
Oh, come on, Phoebe. Every young man in Pine Valley's been down to Locust Street to get a beer, something or other. I bet Link and Chuck have been down.
Never. Not to spend the night. And certainly not to leave a $40,000 car on the street to be stripped totally by morning.
Oh, yes, the Mercedes, yeah. Andrew told me all about that.
Well, I should like to know how he plans restitution.
Well, surely you're covered by insurance?
Well, there is such a matter of a $2,000 deductible. I think he owes us that.
Well, according to Andrew, Langley lent him the car in the first place. So why don't you go home and henpeck your husband instead of bothering me? Go on now.
Oh, really? You are so rude, Palmer. I thought we had buried the hatchet.
It isn't buried so deeply I can't dig it up in a flash.
Oh, you are impossible. I don't know how she puts up with you in your terrible moods. But I do notice that Daisy hasn't remarried you.
Out.
Thanks. Am I glad you haven't left for the hospital?
What? You got news of Nina?
Yes, I do. Nina's come home, and I really need your help.
Oh, wait, back up. Nina's not home. This is her home.
Yes, I mean, no, it's not. And not if she doesn't remember it or know you. Listen, it's Dr. Wald's idea. He thought that if she could come back to Cortlandt Manor, that she does remember his home, she might remember things more easily than at Oak Haven.
Yeah, I guess he knows best. I mean, he's brought her farther than anybody else has.
Yes. You should have seen her this morning when she came. She looked so lovely. It seemed to make it hurt all the more that she didn't know who I was.
She's hostile to you as she was to me?
No, she was just totally blank. She knows Mama, though. She calls her Mrs. Murdoch.
Well, look, I guess we'll just have to hope she remembers more and more, little by little, and in the meantime, I think it's going to be a little tough on you and her.
Well, but I had an idea. That's why I came over. I had this idea that might help to get her memory started.
Terrific. What is it?
Bobby! We could take Bobby over to visit her, and I'm sure if anyone can make a break...
No, Daisy, no. I wouldn't chance that. It isn't Nina, it's Bobby. Well, what happened if he saw her and he ran up to her screaming, "Mommy, Mommy!" and she didn't even know his name?
Is Mommy here?
Nina and I were just down at the gazebo. We came in to look for a certain autumn picture by Cézanne.
That's so odd, Miss Murdoch. You must be psychic.
Why do you say that?
Because I was just thinking about my mother. One of the paintings in this book.
Monique.
Hello.
Ira was just looking for you.
Oh? Yes, I was wondering, I called the Warner home and I thought maybe you'd gotten on with the project.
No, I had to let that go. Here it is.
What is that, dear?
This is the picture that reminds me of the portrait of
Oh,
Mother.
yes.
Father, where is that portrait?
Oh, the portrait of your mother. Well,
Could I see the picture in the book that reminds you of your mother?
Well, it doesn't actually look like her. My mother was a lot younger than this woman. But the dress and the pose are similar.
Oh, wait, that doesn't look at all like like the portrait of your mother as I remember it.
Well, no, as I said, my mother was only 18 when she had her picture done.
You know, your mother, if she were alive, would look perhaps very different than she did at 18.
Well, perhaps. Some people didn't even think the portrait looked much like her to begin with. But it was the only thing I had to remind me of her.
Ira, did you fix that picnic lunch?
Yes, Sloan took it down to the gazebo.
Good. Come on, Nina. Let's go have some picnic lunch.
Days, I didn't know she was in here, and I just walked in and said your name in front of Palmer.
Right. I just don't think I can take the charade.
It's going to be painful, but we just don't dare shock her. We'll just have to hope that she starts remembering things gradually.
There's someone here to see you, Jeremy.
What a mess. Where is the Thanksgiving layout?
I'll get it. Oh, Erica. Oh, you're back.
Oh, baby, am I glad to see
Well,
you.
now we can get some order out of this chaos. It's been hell.
I'm not staying. I'm not staying. I'm just going to collect a few things from my desk, that's all.
You're not staying?
Erica, Tempo needs you. We're going mad here.
Well, I can't think about Tempo magazine right now. I will get a replacement for myself. I don't care about the job. I don't care about anything.
Oh, darling, what's happened?
I've lost Jeremy, Olga. I've lost him. I've lost him forever.
How's the leg? Oh, that's about as good as new. Oh, boy, I hope you don't mind me just stopping in without any notice. I wanted to check up on you, see how your dad was.
Oh, he's doing very well, thank you. I think Jeremy's visit has done him a world of good.
I'm glad to hear it.
You met my stepmother.
Yeah, we introduced ourselves.
So, what'd you do? Charter a plane and fly it up yourself?
You got it.
You're still as unpredictable as ever.
It's been a long time. We got some catching up to do.
Well, I'm still not interested in your proposition.
Oh, no, that's not what I was talking about.
Well, I'll leave you two alone. Larry, you will be staying for luncheon, yes?
If it's not too much trouble.
It'll be a pleasure. See you both later.
Come on, sit down. Don't stand on that way. Want a coffee?
Yeah, throw some cream in it, will you?
All right.
So, when's the wedding?
What?
Well, after that phone call I got from Erica, I figured you'd be needing the best man. She did come up here, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. There won't be a wedding, Larry.
You mean not right away?
Not ever.
Jeremy, the lady is obviously in love with you. You love her. Why didn't you tell her?
I did tell her. I also told her about the vow, too. Larry, there's no way I could be near that woman without wanting to touch her.
And she was willing?
Yeah, to be friends. She left this morning.
You're a fool, Jeremy.
Don't start, Larry.
Why keep a vow that makes you miserable?
You won't understand.
It's right, I don't understand. Hey, look. Isn't there some way you could get out of it?
I don't want to get out of it, Larry. I did it for a very good reason, and that reason still holds.
What reason, Tim?
Never mind. There's no way I'm going to break it off. So lay off that talk. It's no good.
Well, it all adds up then. No wonder that man acted so strangely. Of course, I always knew he was in love with you. But what I don't understand is, why can't he find some way to renounce his vow?
Well, it's just too important to him.
But you want him.
Yes, of course I want him. I can't even be near him without wanting to touch him, hold him, love him, you know. But he's made this vow.
Well then, darling, you're just going to have to face the fact you're going to have to find somebody else. And in the meantime, you've got to find a project to throw yourself into that will take up your mind totally.
Yes, you're right. You're right about that. Got to find something really heavy. Actually, I think I know exactly where to start. I have a very big score to settle with this man. I think this is the perfect place to begin.